Hey, back again with another daily update. It is a hot and sweaty one today. I think it's actually officially the hottest day of the year so far. It's about 32 degrees at 7 o'clock. I've been just trying to keep cool most of the day. Now, yesterday I updated on the Toastmasters session that I went to and used the video. Still haven't actually looked back at it yet. I've been busy all day today. But one of the big things to update on in terms of progress towards the goal, etc., is the workshop, the event that I'm putting on and decided to put on a few weeks ago, and I realised I hadn't taken any real firm action on that. So I think I mentioned a couple of days ago I'd reached out to one of the local venues, it's a hotel, the Spread Eagle in Thame, to inquire about holding it there at the end of September, and yesterday managed to finalise that and get the agreement down, get the dates sorted out, and the room is booked. So in the meantime, I've also put a web page together, put a funnel together using my fancy pants email and payment system thingy. And so basically it's the funnel. So I can send people to a website now where they can press book now and it takes them to the payment page. It's only 35 quid. It's not an expensive seminar. But I've also started mapping out exactly what I will include in it, what we're going to be covering. This is, I think, what's different to other seminars I've done in the past, where I've got this idea about what we're going to do, and then I think, right, now I'll put the detail on. I've actually got all the detail down now, and I'm at that point where I'm actually stripping things out, thinking, I don't want to be overloading people. I want to include everything, but at the same time, I know that if I can just get people taking a bit of action, then they're going to be much better off that than feeling overwhelmed by the end of it, by the amount of things that they could or should be doing. So I will need to take another look at the detail and strip some of it out. So we've got a little bit of slack time in there as well. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about that, really. I've put a tentative, hey, I've got a seminar coming up, post out into my On the Wagon group. And now I've got everything ready. I think I'm probably going to put that out properly tomorrow. I mean, the seminar isn't until the end of September. It'll take a little bit of finessing with the information to make it sort of package it up so it's understandable without going into all the ins and outs of exactly what we're going to do. It's about the result, really, and this is a knowing to doing seminar. So this is about implementation, not just more information. So yeah, feeling pretty good about that, actually, having had 3 weeks where I've not been taking any real action on it, and then all of a sudden, bang, 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 and I've got things ready to go. So yeah, that's all good. And actually, I was thinking about this the other day. I was doing some journaling and trying to work out, why is it I haven't done A, a seminar in the last 3 years, and B, why have I been stalling on this? I talk about procrastination. I talk about what why we don't do the things we know we should be doing, and this is kind of a brilliant example of that. So whenever this happens to me, I do find that writing it down and trying to unpack my thinking really does help. And I came to the conclusion, I might be way off the mark here, but I think I'm onto something with my conclusion that an event about 3 years ago that wasn't as successful as I had hoped it would be has sort of subconsciously sullied my views on running events like this. I mean, I've done some very successful events with Pat and Jerry, the two Momentums, 2017, 2018, but it was a little different doing them that way around. Doing my own events is something that I used to do an awful lot of, some free, some paid for, and I think that one experience, I trace it back to that. That was the last time I put an event on. It wasn't the success I'd hoped it would be. And maybe I was just at the back of my mind putting off doing another one because it's a lot of work, it's a lot of effort, and I didn't get the rewards and the return that I'd hoped for. We went ahead, it was fantastic, and I really enjoyed presenting it for those who attended, but I didn't have the numbers that I had been anticipating. I think that was the problem, and because of that, I sort of said to myself, probably consciously and subconsciously, this has been a bit of a failure, and I felt like I hadn't come up to scratch on that one. So I suspect that's partly the reason why I haven't done one since, and also why I've been stalling on actually getting this one out there. But the journaling process was phenomenal. It allowed me to unpack all of that and then just come to the very, very simple conclusion that just because it happened with an event 3 years ago on a completely different subject, a mindset related, but a different part of mindset, doesn't mean it's going to happen again. It doesn't have any bearing on the future. The past, it can influence the future. It can give you an indication, but it is not a dictator of the future. I know that. I told people that so many times in the past, and here I am, believing my own stories, even though they're not, they haven't been stories that I've been telling myself consciously. God, it's weird, this stuff, the way the mind works, isn't it weird? Anyway, there we go. The power of journaling. I also kind of thought about this with coaching. This is what I do when I'm coaching. I haven't got a coach that I'm working with at the moment. Perhaps that's probably the next thing I need to do myself. But actually journaling and going through things like that, I find to be a very, very effective way of getting down to the root of what's actually going on. So if you haven't tried journaling in that form before, it's worth giving a go. Anyway, the event is on September 27th. I shall be putting more information up there, probably either tomorrow or early part of next week. Then I'm off for a few days next week. So yeah, expect to hear me talking about it more as I work towards making this a phenomenal success, because that's what it's going to be. Right, that's my update for today. I am off to have some food now. The wife and kids are out still, so they're on their way back. So I'm going to try and eat and do a little more writing before they return. Anyway, subscribe, like the video, do all those good things, and come back tomorrow for the next daily update. Bye for now.